All right. Third down. I don't want to spend too much time on this one because this one got a lot of play and it's probably still getting a lot of play right now on the sports networks. But Deshaun Jackson and his post on social media, looks like Instagram, um, not the best look for Deshaun Jackson. This is not a good look. So Deshaun Jackson went on Instagram and posted some quotes from Hitler. So, he said, number one, people are taking my things out of context. Well, number one, when you post something with no context, because he took a picture, it looks like, of a book and then put it out there with no context, people are going to make their own assumptions on what you're trying to say. So that's number one. That's on him. He needs to put context behind this, and like that's on you. You gotta put something behind this. If you're going to put something like that, don't do it on Twitter because you have limited characters you could use. Make a blog or something like that so you could put the context as what you're trying to say. And even at that, the quote he picks, doesn't, the Jewish community doesn't appreciate this. So, for those of you that haven't seen the quote, I'll go ahead and actually I'll read it again. I'm just reading based on what he's saying. I'm not saying it for him. But so the quote that he highlighted that Hitler says, because the white Jews knows that the Negroes are the real children of Israel, and to keep America secret, the Jews will blackmail America. They will extort America. Their plan for world domination won't work if the Negroes know who they were. The white citizens of America will be terrified to know that all this time they've been mistreating and discriminating and lynching the children of Israel. So obviously, Deshaun Jackson it's not obvious, but he's basically saying that second stanza, saying, it wouldn't work if the Negroes, know who they were. He's basically saying, come together. But when you post something like this, there's more quotes on here that aren't highlighted, but he basically just took a picture, posted it on IG, and was like, it is what it is. And then obviously got some blowback from people that read this and were outraged. And he copied that photo and put this quote underneath that said, anyone who feels I have hate towards the Jewish community took my post the wrong way. I have no hatred in my heart towards no one. Equality, equality. But the highlighted post is talking about the Jews will be blackmailing America. Like, this is already, like, you're specifically calling out the Jewish community in that quote. I mean, it wasn't well thought out, as you can see. And when you hear me talk about this quote that's out here, Deshaun Jackson didn't fully think it through, unfortunately. And, as an adult, when you put stuff like that out, you got to answer for what you put out there, and you got to stand tall. He has apologized. He's gotten criticized by some of his contemporaries, some of his peers, media members, rightfully so. But, Sage Steele has went as far as to say that this is worse than what Drew Brees said about the flag. And, I mean, it's pretty direct. I don't know why why Deshaun Jackson would post this on his IG thinking that he was saying something that was just out of this world and people were going to support it. If you read that, you're like, what the hell why is he doing this? So originally my thought was he put it on Twitter, and I thought that he was doing it for the view or for the likes and the retweets. Then when I found out it was on Instagram, I was like, okay, well, he posted it on his Instagram page looking for likes or comments, but he posted it as a story. It's even worse. So, yeah, I don't know what Deshaun Jackson's doing. He's talked to prominent members in the Jewish community now. Again, he's talked to, top members of the media, the National Football League. He was disciplined by the Philadelphia Eagles, who the Eagles GM and owner are Jewish. Like, this is not even, you can't even make this up. Like, I don't even know why number one, why would you even want to quote Hitler? That's the number one question everybody wants to know. Who the hell wants to quote Hitler for anything? He could say 2 + 2 = 4, and nobody wants to repeat that after him. Like, no one cares what he says, and to be honest, it should be that way. Dude was disgusting human being, and was operating out of fear, and led to, murdering thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people. So, I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but Desean Jackson's wrong. He needs to. I'm glad that he took, he took the responsibility for his actions, but he needs to be more aware. He needs to, think before he posts, especially some nonsense like this. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for more fire sports takes. And for those of you who are on the go, make sure you subscribe to our full show, which airs every Thursday on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and a bunch more. Until then, I'm chucking it up, and I'll see you guys next time.